Stop the recording. Okay, so I'm gonna just start from here. And again, I'm excited to share these following updates with you. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I'm gonna actually start here. And as a reminder, we were just talking about the 21st century skills, which are creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. And you can learn more about these 21st century skills in this 21st century learning design course as a part of the Microsoft Education Center. And in the Microsoft Education Center, this is a learning path. In the learning path, it breaks down each 21st century skill and more. And you are able to look at them in the classroom, look at the big ideas, look at rubrics, and again, see real life examples and videos and scenarios of these 21st century skills in practice. So here are some of the big ideas when thinking about the skills. So things that we can focus on when we're designing our content to make sure we're meeting the students where they need to be to have the skills necessary for our workforce. When it comes to creativity, are they problem solving? Are there real world problems involved? Is there innovation involved? When it comes to critical thinking, are they constructing knowledge? Are they applying their knowledge? Are there opportunities for interdisciplinary connections? When it comes to collaboration, yes, the students may be working together, but do they have shared responsibilities? Are they doing interdependent work that meets the requirements for accomplishing the goal? And then when it comes to communication, sure, the students do talk to each other, but is the conversation supported with evidence? Is the communication for a particular audience? So we are going to take a look at some of these new features, and then in some of the applications that we talk about, we'll see how they can be applied to the 21st century setting. So the first one, office.com, you should notice some changes with office.com. And in office.com, you'll see these changes where you have this little start new button right when you go to your landing page. So you no longer have to go into into OneDrive to create a new Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote file. You can start new right from this little button here. If you want to create a forms quiz, you can start new. If you want to create a sway, you can start new. You don't have to actually go into the app icon here and click on it. And there's also a search button at the top that's very intuitive, where if you type in a search keyword, it will search all of your files, all of the sways you created, the forms, anything that's in your Office 365, it'll search for that. And then of course, if you have Office 365 in your district, you have entitlements to download Office 2016. You should have about 5 entitlements where you can have Office 2016 on your personal devices. So just a reminder for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take you online really quick here to show you these office features. So here's the start new, and here you can see it's nicely positioned where you can create your new start new file. Okay, and then here I can search Teams, and anything that I have with the word Teams, whether it is a Word, PowerPoint, PDF, the actual application, even if it's a site, it comes up under this intuitive search feature. And so I really like this because I can search anything and just click on it, and it takes me wherever it is, no matter which program it's part of. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoint, so I am going to let's go here so we can go back and forth easily here. So here we have let's talk about word ideas. Now the word ideas is available online only. It's not yet in the desktop, and it offers you and students an opportunity to do more than just grammar check. So you're not just spelling, checking your spelling or just punctuation checking. It gives you all of these options to check to see how your writing can be enhanced. So we're going to take a look at that right here in this Word Online demo. And so if you are familiar with Immersive Reader, you should be familiar with this little, these couple of paragraphs here. So I am going to find the ideas by looking for the Thunderbolt under the home icon toward the right. And when I click on it, it will tell me how many things I have that needs to be refined to make my writing better. And so I can click here on punctuations, and then it will tell me if I should use the Oxford comma or not. And then I can click on the other options, and it will give me suggestions on what I can replace and to use to improve my writing. And then it also gives me kind of an at a glance, the estimated time to read, and it kind of categorizes and summarizes the 4 points that this particular paper, we can say, is about. So I like this option for students because after writing, when using Word Online, they can use it to just make their text better. Alrighty, so going back, so this is just a screenshot of what I just showed you live. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about here are some of the additions or enhancements to PowerPoint. So with that, we have the PowerPoint.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and I'm a 5th grade teacher.
And the PowerPoint Coach, I believe we may have talked about it already, but the PowerPoint Coach is available in PowerPoint Online, and the PowerPoint Coach can be used by students when there's a PowerPoint to practice their speech, and it gives them a nice overview.
Do your students have butterflies before speaking in class? Sometimes even I do. Today, I'm going to show you how you can use Presenter Coach to build confidence and improve your presentation skills. Go to office.com and open your presentation. Click on the Slideshow tab and select Rehearse with Coach. Click Start Rehearsal. Now you can begin practicing. I'll give you a quick example. Today, I'm going to basically tell you about space exploration. You guys probably know that the solar system is made up of several planets.
So PowerPoint is giving,
as you can see,
feedback
you can receive immediate feedback as
what
you
she's
present.
writing, or what she's
When
saying
you
out
exit
loud.
the presentation, you get a handy report showing things like pacing, use of filler words, and it even tells you when you're reading the slides word for word. You can rehearse again and again.
So this is, again, a great way for students to practice their speech and refine it. And this is available online. Okay, so PowerPoint Coach is available online and in PowerPoint Online only. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is something that is coming up. This one is called PowerPoint Live. It's not yet available, but it is forthcoming and it is a game changer. So let's take a quick look.
Giving presentations is crucial for educators, businesses, everyone. It can be one of the most important things you do. So you need all the help you can get. Live presentations in PowerPoint lets you engage with your audience better than ever before. When you start presenting, a QR code or URL lets the audience connect. This unlocks new features where they can follow along with the deck
and they can follow along,
navigate on their own, get back to the current slide quickly, and enable real-time captions or subtitles in their preferred language. Anyone in the crowd can review or follow along with what you're saying, aunque no hables el lenguaje. As you're presenting, you can see how many people have joined the live presentation. The audience can provide live reactions, which shows you how your presentation is being perceived, letting you adjust on the fly. After you finish presenting, the audience is prompted to provide their feedback on how you did, so you can focus on areas to improve. These features will help make your presentations more engaging and create a closer connection between you and your audience, giving you confidence to present better than.
So again, this option is forthcoming and not yet available, but it is coming soon and a game changer, no doubt. So the next program we're going to look at is Microsoft Forms. A few things in Microsoft Forms is the file upload. So within Forms, now you have the option to ask a question where students can upload a file. So I am actually going to take you on a quick demo for that, so you can see what that looks like. So here, if I add a new question and I click this drop down, here's my file upload. What it's going to do is any file that's been uploaded to this question, you'll have a specific folder in your OneDrive where you can access these files. And of course, you can change the size of the file and the number of files that folks can upload. So this is a great addition to Microsoft Forms. So if you were collecting information of students and you wanted them to upload, let's say, a picture, or you wanted them to upload a signed copy of a field trip form or something like that, this is a great way to collect that information. So in addition to the file upload, you're also able to paste Microsoft Stream options for videos. So in the past, this option was only available for YouTube. You could only paste YouTube links. But now if you have a stream video, you could put that stream video. So this is actually important because if the video is only supposed to be seen within your organization, then that's what will happen because the stream is restricted to your organization. So if it's something specific for a group of students or a particular class, it kind of keeps that security by using Microsoft Stream. Okay, so you have Microsoft Stream. And then, of course, the Immersive Reader is now available in Microsoft Forms. So I have to be in the preview mode for Forms, but notice when I hover over, here's the Immersive Reader. I can click it and it will turn that particular question or title in the Immersive Reader. So I can do it again here. And then this question with the different options. And now I can use all the features of Immersive Reader, including Translator, to translate the entire question with the options for my needs. Okay. Another thing that you'll notice with Forms is under the settings, you can make Forms multilingual. So this is under the settings here. I can choose the multilingual option and add different languages that I want the form to be available in. And that will allow the reader to change the language for which they want to view the form. Okay, so those are a few updates to Microsoft Forms. Again, making it more accessible. The next app we're going to talk about is the actual browser app. We're going to talk about Edge because there are lots of changes happening with Edge. And with Edge, well, the first thing you'll need to do is download the new Edge, which is Edge Chromium. And we're going to look at the start page, the multiple profiles, and the collections within the Edge. So I don't know if you can see my screen, but the new Edge looks like this. It's no longer the big E. It's nice. It's like a wave. And so you can go to the site here to download it to your device. Okay. So when you're in the new Edge, your home page can look like this, where automatically when you log in, your start page can link to your Office 365 where you can immediately see what looks like your Office 365 landing page. Of course, in the settings, this can be adjusted. So I could change it to Microsoft News. So instead of seeing my Office 365, I see Microsoft News, but I prefer just to be able to see my Office 365 so I can easily just go here to the entire Office 365 or just click on a file that I've been working on here. But this makes the experience, again, more integrated in all the applications that we work together on and we utilize. So that's one option of the new Edge Chromium. Another feature that I want to show you is in the top right. I'm clicking on my picture. Here I can have additional profiles. So if I wanted to link a personal and a work and another work, because I have different Office 365 sign-ins, I can link those profiles and easily switch back and forth if I need to access those different Office 365 with those different logins. If I wanted to browse as a guest, maybe access something like kind of in incognito, I can browse as a guest. Another cool thing is the collections feature. So think of bookmarking multiple sites or multiple links and having those available in a collection. So you can either start a new collection and then start adding things to it. So like for today's webinar, here's my collection with all of the tabs that you see here. I have them all saved, so it's easy for me to just click on it and access these, especially if I need to access them at a later time. So these collections is just a nice way to put the resources or put your links together. Think of teachers in classrooms when they're creating lessons. And let's say I'm reading the Odyssey and I found a great video, or I found a great worksheet, or I found a great website, and I want to put all these together in a collection. Then I have all these collections for which I can refer to anytime, no matter which device I'm on, as long as I'm signed into my Edge with my login or my my profile, I can access it. So it's great. It's great to have this collection feature in Edge. Okay, so those are the 4 Edge Chromium options that you see here. So again, the Office 365 and your page layout, your profiles, and your collections. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is some of the changes coming up for OneNote. So we're going to take a look at that in the browser. And I'm just going to X out of the things that I've already talked about. And so we are here now. OneNote is going to have this wonderful option where teachers and students have access to what's called OneNote Live. So starting this over, you can see from scratch. So OneNote Live will offer students and educators the opportunity to record within the OneNote page. So by turning on live captions, the students using the OneNote, they enter the code that the teacher provides, choose their language for which they want the captions to be translated in. And as the teacher is talking, on the right-hand side, you can see the translations, the live captions are happening. So this gives the opportunity for the student to take notes, but also to have the lecture or whatever the teacher is saying recorded. And if the teacher says something that they didn't hear, they can pause it, they can go back, they can highlight it. Think of how powerful this is going to be for the students, especially ones who may struggle with language, or ones that may have, learning disabilities, or just for general comprehension. They can take notes, but they can also have the notes from the teacher's lecture, where they can reference it. It's going to be, the transcripts can be saved for them to reference at a later time with whatever highlights they included on those transcripts. And again, the translation feature is there for them. Okay, so you're seeing it in action here with the translation. And these live captions in OneNote will be saved. It'll be saved on its own page. Okay, so that's OneNote Live. And there's some additional updates to OneNote that happened for the new year. For example, there's the opportunity for teachers to delete a distributed page. So if you've ever used OneNote and class notebook and you distributed a page to 30 students in your class and you realize that you distributed the wrong assignment, or you distributed the wrong version of the assignment. In the past, you've had to tell the students to delete it or go in and delete each page. Now with a click, you can delete the whole distributed page. That feature is now available. And of course, OneNote Captions, save a copy of a OneNote for the web. That save a copy option is going to be a lifesaver, because you can create a whole OneNote and save the copy and then open it up while in the same tenant. Okay, while in the same tenant. And it's just going to be an easy way to package your OneNotes so that they can be saved. Equation tools, math assistant for OneNote iPad, some managed improvements with the class notebook toolbar, and distributing pages and sections and section groups. So these are just some of the updates that's happened since VET. Okay, so I'm going to delete out of this, and then the math practice quiz, generating the math practice quiz. In this video example,
hi, my name is Samaya and I'm in 4th grade.
the young lady.
Did you know that OneNote can use AI to generate math examples, saving your teacher's time, while students like me can practice over and over?
Is using
Let me show you
OneNote to
You
practice
need to open the
her
Windows
math
10
skills.
OneNote app or OneNote online and sign in with your Office 365 account. Type or write a math problem in OneNote. Use the lasso tool to select the equation you've written, and then press the math button here. To see the solution to your equation, select Solve for X from the drop-down. See, here are the steps for solving the problem. And underneath that, you can generate a practice quiz. Choose how many practice questions you want generated. I'm going to choose 4. Microsoft Forms quizzes embed the questions into OneNote automatically. Once you're ready, go ahead and submit your answers. You can immediately see how you did. And check this out. Write out the problems you got wrong and see how to solve them, step by step. That way, students like me can work through the problems. So you math teachers out there, this saves you time and I can keep practicing. Give it a try.
It's a cute video, but the student is taking ownership of their learning by using the OneNote generate math quiz within the OneNote. So that's fantastic. So we've talked about the math assistant and live captions and some more in OneNote. So we are going to talk about now Microsoft Stream, and I'm going to show you some of the wonderful updates that are forthcoming, including accessibility features like closed captioning and transcripts and capturing your screen. So you're going to now soon be able to do screen recordings within Microsoft Stream. And I am going to show you just an example here. So in this video, I'm in Microsoft Stream. So basically from my Office 365, I click Stream and it opens up Microsoft Stream, and then it could be a video that I've uploaded or a video that I've recorded in Teams that automatically updates it as added to my stream. I'm going to turn on the closed caption option and I'm going to press play on the video.
Aurora's Underfoot, presented by Science at NASA.
Okay. So now it's turned
Glowing
on.
green and red, shimmering hypnotically
it's
across the night sky.
Reading, and then you can
The
see the
Aurora
closed caption.
Borealis is a wonder
You can
to
adjust
behold.
the closed caption
Longtime
settings.
skywatchers say it is the greatest show
Make
on
it
Earth.
large or
It
small,
might be the greatest show in Earth orbit,
and
too.
change the color,
Some
background, and
400 kilometers
transparency
above our
if
planet.
needed.
Astronauts on
Okay.
board the International Space Station enjoy a
Of course, you can
unique view
expand the
of Earth's
video if
polar
you would like
planets,
for it to
up
go
close
full
and personal.
screen.
We can actually fly into the auroras, says
in this
astronaut
video,
Don Pettit, a flight
I'm going to pause it. In this video, here is the transcript for every single second. So at 36 seconds, around 35, Don Petit, a flight engineer, okay? This is the transcript for it, and you see it matches up with the closed caption. So students are able to see the transcript for the entire video, indicated by the time slot. Transcripts will soon be able to be translated in, I believe, up to 6 or 8 languages. But a very cool thing with the transcript is, let's say the video is an hour long and there's only a particular thing that I need from this video because it's a tutorial that my teacher offered. I just need to know about what she said about physics. I could put that word in my word search, in my search bar up here, and
where they hit. The
click
physics is
enter
akin to what happens in the
to
picture
jump
of a color.
right to that part of the video where that word is mentioned, or as many times it's mentioned within the video, and jump to the transcript where that word is, so that I can only view what I need. I don't have to watch an entire hour-long video when I only need 2 minutes. So it's a great way to save time and to really be productive. So you have the transcript feature, the searching in the transcript, the closed captioning, and the translation that will be available with this. Okay, another thing that I wanted to show you, I'm just gonna do another video here, is the ability to, at the end of, or at any point, you can add a form that you create, and it can be added and embedded into the video. So as students are watching the video and they get to the end, if you have a couple questions for them to fill out, they can submit, they can fill it out right here on the screen and submit it, and you get those results. It's a great way to check their learning and a great way to add interactivity in your Microsoft, in your video lessons. Alrighty, so the next one that we're gonna look at is this quick video that talks about the screen recording.
Hello from FET 2020. I'm Leslie Fisher, and I'm here to share with you some of my favorite tips that you can use right now. One of my biggest surprises of 2019 was Microsoft Stream. Microsoft Stream allows you to record video and share it with only specific people that might be part of your organization. This is super handy if you want to make sure that content stays within your classroom, your school, or your district. And the coolest thing, it's completely web-based. Just recently, they added a screen recorder. So I want to show how you can make your own videos from your computer screen, no matter the device. Let me show you how to do this right now. We're going to come in here into Microsoft Stream, and we're going to click on Create and select Capture Screen. So you notice that when you click on Record, you can change the microphone, you can change the camera, and then when you click on Record, you can actually choose if you want to record 1 screen, 2 screens, or a specific browser window, which is great. You're going to notice that it even creates a picture-in-picture, and I can annotate it, which is super cool. When you're done recording, you actually have the option to trim the video. You can even edit directly in the middle of it. There's all sorts of editing tools that are available for you. Then when you're done, you simply click on Done, you click on Publish, and it publishes the video in the specific location that you want with the specific people that you want to share it with.
Right, so that's super cool because you can do the screen recording right from your browser. And those screen recordings of those stream videos can be little mini tutorials that you create for your students. They can be attached to your Microsoft Forms as videos for differentiation. You can share them in Teams. It's just another great way to give students, you know, what they need. Okay. All right. So going back to the PowerPoint. So of course things are slowing down a little bit. The last thing that I want to talk to you about tonight is the Immersive Reader, because there have been, and they will continue to be, lots of updates to Immersive Reader. So since that occurred, there have been 6 new Immersive Reader partners, and you can see them here, including Vocabulary, Peer Deck, Bunsey, of course, is one of the older ones, Nearpod as well. Additionally, with Immersive Reader, Office Lens for iOS and Android now has the Immersive Reader built into the app. So you can take a look at here, snapping a picture of the book, and guess what? They go to Immersive Reader, and the entire page is now available.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout.
And they can use
Would
the
not
Immersive
take the
Reader
garbage out.
features. Very cool. Of course, there are language updates, and like I showed you before, Immersive Reader for Microsoft Forms. All right, so we've talked a lot about all of these great updates. Now I want to share just 4 examples of how students can use them, or how teachers can use them with students in the classroom to activate those 4 C's. So in terms of critical thinking, students can use the researcher tool, which is located under references in Word 2016. So if I'm in Word in the desktop, I am going to click here on the researcher tool, and the researcher tool allows me to pull in references. So I can search a topic. I can search volcanoes. And then it allows me to select journals or websites related to my topic, and I can evaluate them and use them as references in my writing. So the students are evaluating the resources that they need to compose an essay, and then they use the Ideas tab, which we talked about earlier, which is located under Home in Word Online. They're using that feature to enhance their writing. So they're definitely utilizing critical thinking here, because they are obviously constructing knowledge and applying knowledge. And because they are, researching topics and they're getting it from multiple sources, there is going to be a high possibility of interdisciplinary connection there. In terms of communication, the students can develop a PowerPoint presentation for a book project. They use a presenter coach to practice their presentation. And then once they receive the report from the presenter coach, they adjust their presentation to fit their target audience. So perhaps for this book project, their target audience are younger students. They have to read, give the younger students an overview of a book that they read in the language of the younger students. So they can't just read long paragraphs off the slides. So if the presenter coach tells them that they're reading off of too many slides, they have to go and shorten those slides, shorten the text on those slides, and maybe put the longer description in the note section of the PowerPoint, so they still know what to say, but it's just not written on the slide itself. It's actually great practice for when they become, when they go to college and when they're working in the workplace, because the one thing that we don't like to see is a PowerPoint with too much text on a slide and folks reading directly from the presentation. Okay, so in this case, the students are communicating their ideas, they have support, and they're designing their communication with the students in mind or the audience in mind, because they're doing that for a particular project. In terms of creativity, the students are creating, they're using the auto-generated forms quizzes in OneNote, so forms in OneNote together. Here they are getting to practice their math concepts as much as they need, and they're receiving feedback. They are adding to the notes that they're creating, and they are designers of their learning, and they are able to share their progress with others with the notes that they have from the OneNote and with the feedback that they are getting from the forms. So they are solving their own authentic problems, right? They have a problem, they have seen that they are having an issue with a particular concept, and so they're designing their learning so that they can become better at that particular concept that they're learning. So real world solutions that they've come up with. And for collaboration, using Microsoft PowerPoint again. So in this example, the students are using PowerPoint Live for their debate competition speech. So they practice their speeches in front of their peers, and their peers give them feedback on each slide, just like you saw in the video, and they give them written feedback at the end. So not only are the students doing the work, but their peers are doing the work, because they have to give them feedback, so that the responsibility is not just on the person presenting, but it's also on the peer to provide authentic feedback for them so that they can improve their speech for the competition. And they use the PowerPoint Live for that. So everybody has a shared responsibility. They're making decisions together, because the goal is to have a good speech for the competition. And yes, you have students doing interdependent work. The feedback is important, but also the speech delivery is important as well. So at this time, we are going to wrap up. And if you would like to earn points, here is the code. It's posted in the channel for you to reference. And we will take a break in April for spring break. So happy spring break, and we will resume on May 27th for our next session. So thank you again for joining, and have a fantastic, fantastic night.